All right, welcome everybody to day 22 in our formatting setup. We have an 8-minute AMRAP coming at us again today. We're going to start off with some warm up, some mobility, and then we will get going. Let's just start standing on our mats. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Reach, and then exhale, drop over the legs. So try your best to keep the legs straight, but of course, if you need to bend them, that's fine. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Hinge or shift in the hips or the knees, or kind of find whatever feels good for you. As you're entering in here, getting the body geared up for lots of movement. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, we're going to drop forward again. And then bend your knees this time. Set your elbows on your knees, and then we're going to take a couple standing cat-cow. So you're going to push your chest really far forward. Inhale, and then we're going to exhale, push into the elbows and round through the back. Inhale. Same thing. Exhale, round. And one more time. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, round. We're going to take a wider base of support. Squat down into those legs, and then you're going to twist side to side. So my hope here, and what I'm watching for, is to keep my low back nice and flat and rotate from my mid back. Push into the hand on the ground. And you might not get super far, at least not yet, with that twist. That's okay. Just kind of building into it. All right. Go ahead and walk yourself out so that you can end up in a downward facing dog. Spread wide through your fingertips. Point that first finger straight ahead and spread all your other fingers nice and wide. You want a nice, good grip, kind of pushing into the knuckles so you can suction cup those hands. Taking care of the wrists is super important. Hopefully, over time, if your wrists do kind of bother you when you're on your hands, taking care and doing some of the wrist warm-ups that we do, and making sure that you're getting this wide base of support on the hands, pushing into that thumb and first finger. Hopefully, over time, your wrists will strengthen and be able to support your body weight when you're in different planks and such. But we'll give it time and be easy and just see how it goes. Drop back into your child's pose. So you can stretch your arms way out in front, grip into those hands again. Try to keep your elbows up off the ground and keep your arms active. Slide the shoulders down your spine. Let your neck kind of release a little bit. All right, and then we're going to flip over onto our back. So our first exercise for core is going to be a single leg V-up. So let's go ahead and try to get a little bit of stretch in through the hamstrings. Just kind of let one knee drop, pull on the other leg. Get those legs ready to get straight, to be pulled right toward us. So we're going to be hitting up 10 reps of each of just a split leg V-up and then oblique V-ups for 8 minutes. So I'll show you really quick what those look like. You're going to reach behind and then pull one leg up as you reach your arms toward that toe, trying to keep that low back pushed into the ground every time you're going to scoop and come to the top. If that doesn't work for you, we are going to have you go ahead and keep your head on the ground. So most of the time, if the crunching doesn't work for neck and shoulders, just let your head stay rested on the ground and see if you can drop one leg as low as possible, bring it back up, maybe tap hands, maybe not. So a lot of it's going to be in how much flexion you can keep on your own through that low belly and push that low back into the ground. All right, from here, we're going to do an oblique V-up. So you're going to stay on the cushy side of your booty. So try not to hit your bony hip. And we're going to lift the legs and the arms, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. If you need, you can do one leg. You can also do bent knees. All right, so we're trying to get into those obliques. Again, if you need to keep your head supported, you can lie down or hold it on your hand, or come just elbow and hold the body upright so you're not moving it up and down, and then go from there. Again, try to really focus on flexing into that oblique. That's the portion of the core we're really wanting to dial into and feel the burn. All right, so for 8 minutes, those are our exercises. I think we're going to feel that belly. Ready, set, and go. As always, as we're warming into the moves, feel free to stop and adjust. Take a second to roll the shoulder, or maybe a few pelvic tucks, just wake up the core. Really focus on your drop back to the ground. So if you're resisting that, you're going to feel a lot more belly grab. Tuck your chin in like you're trying to squeeze a golf ball or line between your chin and chest. I have a set 7. Reach for that toe. We're trying to keep that core contracted the whole time. 9. And 10. All right, roll it onto the side. You're up for your oblique V-ups. Reach, extend, but stay flexed. Focus on those obliques, getting that lift. 8, 9, 10. Nice job, other side. 2. 6. Make sure that your upper body is dropping all the way down and then crunching up. 9 and 10. Okay, back into our single leg V-ups from the front. We have 6 minutes left, so it took us about 2 minutes to get through all that. Whew, already tough for this round. Focus on the grab through the abs, through the core. Here's 8. You've got it. Stay flexed in. You find your biggest push. 10. Oh. All right. Hitting up those oblique V-ups. Here we go. 4. 'Notice what you're grabbing into to get that lift. All right, other side. 8, 9, 10. All right, 2 sets down. Just a little over 4 minutes to go. Here we go. This is when your low back is really going to want to start coming off the mat because that belly's fatigued. Those abs are tired, which is what we're going for, but here's where we really need to focus. Set in. 7, 8. Hold on to it. 10. 10. All right, back into those oblique V-ups. Here we go. Get the burn where you want it. See if you can try to learn and practice flexing into specific muscles. 9, 10. Whew. 8, 9, 10. All right, back to those single leg V-ups. Gear up for it, push that low back into the ground. 2, 3. Focus on using that core. Feel the belly flex set in. We're not just relying on the move, but we're relying on flexion first, then movement. 3 each leg. Remember, watch that low back, especially as you lower down. 10, 10. All right, get those oblique V-ups. 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, other side. Flex in, dig deep. 8, 9, 10. All right, we have 15 seconds. Get a few more. Roll that back down. We made it. Whew. All right, flip it over a second. Let's give ourselves a quick little stretch. Plant your hands, grab your glutes, open the chest, squeeze the elbows between, or pull your chest between those elbows. Okay, so for our cardio today, we are going to back off intensity, just get the heart rate up. It is already up a little, so that's good. We're going to do a little shuffle. We've done these before, so just step to the side. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a lateral tap. That's what I want to do. Stay centered, and then you're going to tap out from there. 10 each side, nothing super crazy. I just want constant, steady heart rate. Then we're going to do a butt kick, kind of tuck side to side. Reminds me of good old step days or like aerobic days. There's our time. And then we're going to do a wide march. So here, arms up and over, then march in. Okay, so let's start with our lateral tap. Stay center, 1 each side. So there's times and days and moments that we need to push the heart rate, drive our intervals. And then there's also times where just steady state heart rate for a little while is what's necessary, needed, and healthy. All right, go your butt kicks. Just a step, kick, step, kick. Some good old 80s music to get us in the rhythm. Hold on to the core. Nine, 10. Keep your march. Go to the side. Get that tuck. Find your obliques again. 9 and 10. Start in the middle, side to side. 2, 3, 4. Keep that core going. 8, 9, 10. Okay, tuck the butt. Tuck the heel to the butt. Little butt kicks. Get those arms involved. Get them up overhead. Makes a little difference. Eight, 9, 10. Keep marching. Now it's to the side. Knees come up and work to the side. Still keeping arms involved. A lot. 8, 9, 10. Okay, shuffle. So you should be working at the intensity and pace so you don't need a break. Just keep it going. 8, 9, 10. 2, 3. Keep that belly going. To the side. Find that little oblique crunch again. Belly stays strong. You're in charge of your pelvis, right? So tuck that belly button back. Chest stays lifted. 8, 9, 10. Shuffle taps. Nine, 10. Perfect. Butt kicks. And here's 10. To the side. You put as much oomph into it as you want, as you can. 10. Okay, we just hit halfway. We haven't stopped moving for 4 minutes. 8, 9, 10. Butt kicks. To the side. And 10. Now get your shuffle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 and 10. Okay, butt kicks. Figuring it out a little bit. It's a funky move. I never do this. It's good to change it up. 9, 10. to the side. Hold on to the core. Check in with the back. It's good for those hip joints. Get them open. Last one. Shuffles. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 minutes to go. Funny, I want to bring my knees up in front. So obviously, this is a range of motion. I need to practice a little more. 3, 2, 1. Four, 5. Grab that core. 10. 2, 3, 4. 10. Bring that heel up to your booty, close as you can. Try to point your knee down at the ground. 7, 8, 9, 10. To the side. Keep those arms going. 4. Get into the core. Flex deep. Use the abs. Help pull the knees. Engage when those arms go overhead. Lateral taps. Here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Butt kicks. 3, 2, and 1. All right. That was fun. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, train the body, but allow it to have some days where it's not gnarly high intensity. Hit every day. Not always the healthiest bet. Okay, I'm going to go heavy weight. Our number is still 10. We're going to do a sumo mid-range squat. So you squat down, hold the mid-range, and you just squat in that mid-range for 10. Then we're going to do a renegade row. So real quick, if you do not plank, you're going to stay here and do a locomotive. So pull one elbow, then the other. Otherwise, you're planking, butt is tucked. You're going to pull 10 each side. If you need, you can keep one hand on the ground. Then lastly, we're going kickbacks for triceps. All right? So there's our timer. 8 minutes. Wide, wide, wide squat. Lots of core. Get into the booty and inner thighs. 1, 2. Your toes are kind of pointed out. 4. Your knees are tracking with toes. 7. Lots of core. 9, 10. Whew. All right. Get into those renegade rows or your locomotive. If you need to keep a knee on the ground, and that facilitates holding that kind of plank position from the floor, you can do that as well. Try your best to keep the hips as level as possible. So you got to flex the glutes. 7. Keep that core going. Shoulders over the wrists. 1 more each side. Oh, whew. Those are still tough. They've gotten easier. Okay, Shoulders back and down. See if you can get your back about parallel to the ground. And then you're resisting the drop of the weights back to the ground. Make sure that you stop your knuckles when they face the floor. And 10. Beautiful. One round, 2 minutes down. Here we go. Mid-range sumo. The setup is key. Don't rush into it. Open your knees as wide as you can. Seven, 8. We're not pulsing. It's mid-range. 10. Locomotive or your renegade row. Be in charge of how you set the weight down. So try not to let it just slam into the ground. You're in control. Use the core. Tuck the hips. 7. 10 and 10. Whew. All right, kickbacks. Open the chest, knees line with toes still. Focus on those triceps. You got the belly strong, the back really long, so make sure you're not rounding in the back. 7, 8, 10. All right, back to our mid-range. One, 2, 3. Push your butt back. Try to keep your chest up. If your body wants you to go a lot faster, if it's screaming, push, push, be done, you're doing it right. Shouldn't be fast pulses. Whew. Okay, renegade rows. Stability and that holding arm coming through the back, right? It's just as important on the stabilizing side as it is the pulling side. Try not to let my hips rock. 10. 10. Open that chest, elbows up high. Check in with your neck. Keep that neck neutral. Drop slow. One more. That's it. Whee. All right. One last set. I like it when we can get 4. Just under 2 minutes to go. 1. You're getting that lift by flexing those inner thighs. 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. We got this. One at a time. Focus your form. Starts with that strong core. Then get into the back. 8, 9, 10. All right, kickbacks. Open that chest. Shoulders back. 1, 5. I gotta fix my back. Stick that butt out. 8, 9, 10. 5 seconds. Get a couple. All right. Good work. Woo! In our heads a little at the start. 8 minutes of what? But it gets there. The timer moves, even though sometimes it feels like it's stuck. It's getting there. All right. We're going to start on our hands and knees. Curl your toes under. We're going to do a puppy dog pose instead of a child's pose. So it's the same as child's, but your butt's up in the air. Get your forehead on the ground. Spread your fingertips wide. Arms are still active. So reach the arms away. Then feel those shoulders rotate back and down in their sockets. You need to start getting really good at that motion. Control of the back. Come up and bring your left leg forward. Okay, so we're going to hinge forward. Tuck your hips under. Feel that hip flexor stretch on the right side. And then put both hands on the ground inside your left foot with the fingertips pointing back towards your left leg. So this is good stretch. Forearms. Try to bend one elbow and the other. Check in with that hip flexor. Are you still feeling that? We need that guy to get stretched, that gal. Okay, and then we're just going to walk back. So the toes are going to come up on that left leg. Straighten that left leg. Try to lengthen through the back and then scissor your hips. So the left hip, which is on the forward leg, is going to pull back, and the right hip on the back leg is going to come forward. Reach the chest towards your toes. So it's a counter kind of pull. Your left hip is drawing back as your chest is pulling forward. Please try to keep your back flat. If you need to grab something to lift the floor up, that will help. Take both your hands and twist around that left leg again. If you need to use the floor, or if you have a couch or a chair close to you, and you can use that, we want to get that twist. But remember, your low back should stay stable. So those hips and the low back are kind of anchored in, and we're just getting that twist from the mid back. So hold on to those scissor hips. Okay, we're going to come into our pigeon. Take your left foot across the mat. Drop yourself down. I've had lots of amazing feedback recently from everybody on how these sessions are treating you. I know some, and you're not the only one when I mention this, honestly. Some love it, They have to gear in for it. They know what's coming. It's a little challenging. Others don't like to know what's coming. That consistent formatting is not necessarily their best friend, but I appreciate everyone staying consistent. And it's awesome that you're figuring this out about you, knowing how you tick, what keeps you coming back to your mat, what challenges you is awesome. Rotate through your head and neck a little bit. And then we're going to move to the other side. The other thing I've been hearing consistently is better flexibility. And that is so awesome. That makes me so happy. All right, check in with that back hip flexor. Find that first. Then you're going to take your hands inside the leg, and we're going to drop the backs of the hands onto the ground. So consistent, even though sometimes it feels like we're not getting a ton of stretch at the end, still enough, maybe more than you were doing a while back before you were doing the sessions. It's enough to keep you coming back, help you feel a little more flexible. That's amazing. I love it. Okay, we're going to hinge back. Toes come up, flatten the back. Reach your chest toward the toe. Pull the right hip back. Get that hamstring stretched, and then twist over that right leg. Remember, keep your hips nice and steady. You're going to want to swing out. Try to keep them squared off. Then we're going to hit our pigeon, and then we're going to hit our butterfly stretch, and then you are done with today's set. Take some deep breaths, just settle. Make sure your pelvis, again, is squared off to the ground. Okay, take that left leg back, or that's back, pull it around to the front. Bring the soles of the feet together. Wrap your hands around your toes. Unless you need a little bit of help getting a lift, then you can put your hands in the back. And then maybe drop forward. Gently put your elbows into the knees if that's how far you can get. Maybe even hands. I think the stretch is also good for our ankles. At least for me, I twist them actually quite often. So it helps kind of get that stretch around those ligaments. All the little jumping and single leg hopping that we do is really good for your ankles as well. So I don't twist them near as badly anymore. And they bounce back faster, so it's good. All right. Well done, everybody. Thank you again, as always, for joining me. Continue to send feedback, and I appreciate it. That's how I help know how to generate all of our sessions from here. Have a great rest of your day.